Hi guys, welcome to another video. Which silly bags have I bought over the years? Which are impractical, delicate, which are stupidly expensive, which have no resale value whatsoever, which are just trend driven and useless. So yeah, let's get going on this because I want to show you some of the silly bags that I've bought. So this is a tag video. I've been kindly tagged by Nick from Living Life Loud and also by Meredith from Living Looks with Meredith. And this was a tag that was actually started by Dale from Dale's Addiction, and all three are dear friends of mine. So thank you for starting the tag and tagging me in it, blah, blah, blah. Thank you so much, guys. Just thought this was a fun one to do. And actually, this is very difficult for me. And I'll explain why. Like the other tag video that I did, which was the best everyday bags, because I am very sensible. I'm quite classic, I'm quite sensible, I like neutrals, I do like a bit of practicality, I'm quite logical, all those things that make me quite boring maybe. So yeah, I don't have a lot of traditionally silly what you guys may jump to conclusions and think silly is. However, yeah, when I looked at this tag and actually saw the categories that Dale put into her video, I actually thought, okay, yeah, I do think I can do this one. So we're going to split these into the categories that Dale set in her video. So these are impractical, delicate, expensive, lack of resale value, and trendy. So the first category is impractical. So yeah, I struggled a slight little bit with this one because, as I say, I'm quite sensible, I'm quite boring, I'm quite practical, and I do like to be able to fit a few bits into my bags. Now, if you've seen my previous video, which I'll stick here, it was talking about the best mini bags on the market. And I did say in that I do not own any nano bags, any micro bags, anything like that, because the first criteria for me is, does it fit my phone? So because of that, yeah, I don't have any of these really impractical little nano bags or micro bags, but I do have these. So this is the first one I want to talk about. So it's practical and it's sort of impractical. It fits nothing in it. It really doesn't. I mean, I've shown this. This is the Petite Mal, obviously from Louis Vuitton. And I've shown this before. Just take out the strap. Now, the size of this, on the face of it, doesn't look too small. But because of how it opens and closes, yeah, you have to strategically place your things. And if you put your phone against sort of flat against one of the sides and then you strategically place all your other bits and bats, you can fit a few bits in, but not so much. So really it's your phone, maybe your keys if you've got a small set of keys, or maybe a tiny key case, and maybe a lipstick, a couple of cards. That's it. I'm not fitting any glasses in this, any sunglasses, a makeup pouch. There's nothing like that. You maybe can fit a lipstick down the side or something. It's impractical. It just is. You're not going to be able to use this all day long unless like you're like me, you can actually be quite minimal. And actually, how many things do you need to cart around? So on the face of it, it's sort of impractical, but I love it. I adore it. And it's so funny because I talked in a different video about this and the fact that it is monogram and it's with the black leather, and it is obviously hard-sided, and it's based on the Louis Vuitton trunks. And I think that's why I love it so much. I think it's just really edgy, really different, really beautiful. And I talked about how I love this so much more than the Pochette Métis. Now, that's in the monogram. It's so much more practical. It's so much more useful. It's so much more of an everyday bag. But I love this one so much more. So it does show you that if I had to give one of them up, it would be the Pochette Métis. All day long, I would be keeping the Petite Mal. So yeah, for me, practicality isn't always the thing that you love. So that's the first one. And then we'll just do a quick mention of this. Yeah, do we class this as a bag? Do we class this as an SLG? It's really a phone pouch. You can fit in it. There's a few card slots in it, in here. You can fit your phone in it. You can fit your card wallet in it. That's it. It's really impractical. But then if you're using it for a phone pouch and a couple of cards, it's actually quite practical. So it depends how we classify this, isn't it? But for what you can fit in it and how you use this, all these things are super expensive, aren't they? Anyway, impractical, but actually usable. Okay, next category is delicate. Now, yeah, again, because I'm quite a sensible soul and because I want to use my bags, I don't want to have to worry too much about them. I don't have anything that I think is super, super delicate. I think Meredith showed on hers. She's got the beautiful Tiffany blue satin baguette. It's just stunning. I don't have anything like that that's like a satin finish or anything. But these are the two that I've come up with. So this is the first one. It's not super, super delicate, but it is delicate. It's the Chanel lambskin and it just scratches really easily. I've managed to scratch it here and I've buffed out as well as I can. And it's not too bad now, but I've hardly used this. I've used this literally like a couple of times. So I'm classing this as delicate because I don't use this. It's not something you can throw in the car, you can put on the floor. You have to be very careful where you're going with this type of bag. I'm not going to wear this crossbody. It's a bit clunky and boxy, and because it's got a solid top handle, it's not the best crossbody bag anyway, but I wouldn't be wearing this and having this rubbing against clothing because I just think it would just damage the lambskin. So I think that's as delicate as I've got. And then the other one is this one. I don't know if your class this as delicate. It's fabric. It's completely impractical and delicate in respect of, yeah, you can't use this in all weathers. You have to be very, very careful with colour transfer because it's fabric. You have to be very careful with bad weather, with the rain. You don't want rain getting on this. Yeah, you don't want a pen anywhere near this and marking the fabric. I have sprayed this with liquid proof and so far it's been absolutely perfect, but I wait until I know the weather is good before I use this. So this for me is a summer bag. So yeah, you might class this as impractical and delicate, as in I can't use it all year round without worrying about it. But I think these are the two that are the most delicate that I have. So just while we're on the subject of delicate, yeah, I've mentioned in a couple of videos that I have bought, and it's sat right over there. I have the most unbelievable purchase and it is very delicate. And I can't show you it yet because I promised myself that I wasn't going to unbox it or use it until I hit 1,000 subscribers. And yeah, they're going up and up and up. However, it's quite slow. So if you do want to see that, please, 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 you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button because I really, really want to show you it. And it is something that's actually fits quite a few of these categories, to be fair. When I have a look, it's definitely impractical. It's definitely delicate. It's definitely expensive. Yeah. Resale value. Yeah, it won't have a great resale value, I assume. And trendy. It may be slightly into that category, but anyway, please subscribe and then I can show you it. Okay, the next category is expensive. Well, yeah, I have a few. I think you could class all of the Hermes bags as in that category. Silly is a state of mind, isn't it? Is it silly to buy something that's super expensive? Is it crazy to do that? Or is it actually very sensible to do that? So the next category is expensive. And this is a category that I definitely can be a part of. I think all of my Hermes bags come into this category, don't they? They are all super expensive, a ridiculous, crazy amount of money. So because they're a ridiculous amount of money, does that make them a silly purchase? Well, let's have a look at this one. So this is my most expensive bag that I've ever bought and likely to buy, to be fair. Yeah. Would you say that me spending what I spent on this bag is silly, a silly purchase? Possibly. Possibly. To some people, spending this amount of money on any handbag, any luxury item is crazy. However, if it brings me joy, if it's something I love, if it's money I've earned and I'm spending my own money, how is that silly if I want to do that? On the flip side, I could probably sell this for pretty much double what I bought it for, if not more, something like that. And does that make that silly, or does that make it actually a sensible purchase, as in an investment? It's got amazing, all the Hermes bags have amazing resale value. So is buying any Hermes bag a silly purchase? I don't think so. I don't want to sell anything. I'm not here to sell anything, but it's nice peace of mind that if I ever should need to sell anything or want to sell anything, that I should be able to at least get my money back. Definitely should be able to make money, quite a lot of money on the Hermes bags. So yeah, does that make them silly? I don't think so. So the next category is resale value. Now, I have a little bit of experience of this, but not too much. I'm not an expert at all. However, I will say this. A little while ago, I did a video where I was saying whether I should sell certain bags that I bought on impulse, because I actually wanted something else. I'll stick that video up here. And I came to the conclusion that this is my beautiful Louis Vuitton Capucines in Gallet with a python handle. And this one is, I think it's the size. It was PM when I bought it, but I think they've changed the names of the sizes now, and I think this is the current size. Anyway, I bought this because I really wanted an Atoop Birkin. I just did, or a Kelly, but I was particularly wanting a Birkin at that point. And I did think I would never be able to get one. So I bought this. And 3 weeks later, I got the call for the Atoop Birkin. So, yeah, I should not have bought this bag because, anyway, watch that other video. However, I did come to the conclusion that maybe I should sell this one. The fact that it is in my hands now tells you that, yeah, I didn't sell it. So why didn't I sell it? Well, the fact is I couldn't sell it. I tried 3 or 4 different avenues to sell it. And other than one absolutely crazy, ridiculous offer from a reseller who offered to buy it outright from me at a ridiculous price, I struggled massively to work out how on earth I was going to sell this for anything like decent money. So no, sorry, I am not giving this away. I did put this on Vestiaire and I did get a couple of offers. Again, were just crazy, crazy amounts. So no, I'm not going to give it away for that amount of money. It's too beautiful. I paid too much money for it and I've decided to keep it. And let's just say I am really glad that I didn't let this go because I am learning and growing to love it. But resale value, these have absolutely tanked. And the other bags that I want to talk to you about with regard to resale value or lack of resale value, the Lady Dior. Again, I don't reach for this. It's a beautiful bag. This is in the medium size in the cloud blue colour, which is a very beautiful chalky. It's like a chalky grey blue and it's got champagne gold hardware, and mine is the older version with the zip. And I just don't reach for this, and I really don't. So I decided while I was on my what shall I sell little phase that I went through, I thought I'll just see what I can get for this, because if I can get near to what I paid for it, I don't expect to ever make money on any of these bags unless they're Hermes bags, I'm sure, but I did think, again, I'm not giving anything away, so I thought let's just see. And again, I got 2 offers for this from, I didn't put this on Vestiaire or anything like that, but I got 2 offers from resellers. Just crazy amounts. I think the moral of this is, if you are buying any luxury bags with a view to make money, either now or in the future, no. Louis Vuitton, generally, no. Depends on the style, but definitely Capucines, no. They don't hold their value. Lady Dior's, they just don't hold the value. So yeah, I agree with Meredith on that. If you did want a Lady Dior, maybe look on the resale market, because you probably can get a bargain. So yeah, if you are looking for resale value, most bags, other than Hermes bags and certain Chanel bags, and not all Chanel bags, but certain Chanel bags, you're really not going to get your money back unless you wait such a long time that the time value of money with the price increases means that you sort of get your money back eventually, or near to it, but most of the time, no. So don't buy for that reason. Well, if you are buying for that reason, yeah, Capucines and Lady Dior, definitely not. Okay, trendy. Well, again, because I'm so um classic, traditional. I don't know what word you want to call it. I do like some really edgy things. I really do. So yeah, I love the petite malle. I think for me that's quite edgy. I've just bought this absolute beauty, which is the side trunk, which for me is very, very edgy. So yeah, there's a couple of bags that you might call edgy, but trendy, I don't know. So maybe we will talk about this one. Maybe this is one that is quite trend driven at the moment. You know, it's quite slouchy, it's quite different. It's um with the black with the silver. I don't know. I sort of feel that this isn't too trend driven. I think it's edgy. I don't know. Maybe in time this will look very dated. Time will tell on that, but I bought this because I absolutely love it. And I think it is a seasonal piece. I don't think they're bringing this back. We'll see if they do. But it is quite a practical bag. You know, you've got the top handle, you've got the crossbody, you can take it all with a whole detachable. It's really light, you can fit loads in it. So it is actually quite practical, but yeah, maybe it is a trend driven piece. Time will tell. And the only other bag that I can think of that's quite trendy, if you like, in my collection is the saddle bag. Now, this has been, obviously, this is the sort of second reincarnation of the saddle bag. And this version of the saddle bag has been out for quite some time now. I mean, even myself, I bought this 3 or 4 years ago now, I would say. So this has been going in this iteration for quite some time. So would you still class this as trend driven? I don't know. It's starting to stand the test of time, isn't it? There's still, yeah, Dior is still producing this as it is in different fabrics, in different patterns. So maybe it isn't trend driven, but because of the sort of style of it, it sort of feels a bit trendier. Um, I don't know. Again, for me, it's just slightly edgy. It's quite impractical. Um, Getting in and out of it because of where the strap is quite, it's quite fiddly. Trying to get your things, you can't fit that much in it. You know, sorry, it's fiddly. You've got about that much of usable space because the rest of this is actually stitched right up to this point here. So, you know, although it looks like a reasonably sized bag, you can literally fit this much in it. So yeah, I don't know. It's sort of impractical. It was sort of expensive. It doesn't hold its value. Um, it's not delicate, I'll give it that, but it is maybe slightly trend driven, although it is standing the test of time. So yeah, I've struggled a little bit with the trend driven because yeah, I tend not to go for those real trendy it bags that last one season. I like things that are more classic, that I am gonna wear year after year after year. That's just my style. So yeah, they are my silly bags. And actually, I don't think any of them are silly. I don't regret any of them. The categories other people might think they're silly, but yeah, hopefully I've shown you that actually none of them are silly, and I love them all. And actually, some of the most silly ones are my most favourite, even out of all of the ones that you think are day-to-day, practical, etc., etc. It is the quirky little ones like the petite mal that's one of my absolute favourites ever. So yeah, so I think it shows you that not all bags need to be practical. Anyway, that's the end of my video. I'm going to tag a few people as well. I'm going to put everybody in the description box below. But I'm going to tag, who am I going to tag? Gwenny, I really want to see your version of this. Amelia from Amelia Rose's Closet. I think you've been tagged already. I don't know if you've done this one yet. I don't think you have. If you haven't, I'd love to see yours. And Joe from Jojo Looks, I would love to see yours as well. The other ladies from Paris, I'd love to. I don't know if you want to do these videos. Lorna, Pamela from Bag Addict 71, Lorna from Lorna Style, Emma from Emma Anders. Yeah, if you girls want to do this, so I would love to see yours on this. So thank you again to Dale for starting this tag, and also massive thank you to Meredith and to Nick for tagging me. Really enjoyed this one. Yeah, so thank you for watching. I'll put my last video here, and I'll see you on the next one.